Action.
Masquerade is unique. It's in uncharted territory. The slave couple is inspired by a true story, inspired by a real slave couple named William and Ellen Craft, who they lived in Georgia, and they escaped exactly in this way. She disguised herself, and they were escaping for 6 days from Georgia. Their story is audaciously bold and beautiful, and they were a couple, and they did this incredible thing together because they were in love and they wanted to break out of their prison. The gay angle is fiction, and it was, Mauricio and I really just blended two stories together because we noticed the correlation of passing. And you know, there's very little out there about the homosexual experience in this time period in the American South. The word homosexual wasn't even coined until the late 1800s. So, you know, for George, it's profoundly complicated for a man or a woman at this time to be gay because you really don't have a word for it. So it's really hard to be something when you can't even conceptualize what that is. So we love this period and we wanted to go somewhere different.
When none of this is lit, it means nothing is burnt. So this is actually, it looks burnt,
Yeah.
but you can completely bring it to like that color.
Gotcha. Okay. Maybe bring all that in to the beginning.
Okay.
And then when you straighten up, that's the decision. And then that's when you get up and go. So
Okay.
it's all, instead of it being 2 beats, it's 1.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. You're doing wonderful.
You want to say set when you're ready? Set.
Action.
And then right after the kiss, right when you pull back, instantly, like you see the horror in his face. So there's not even a moment where you think, oh, that was awesome. Like, he's okay. Like the moment you pull out of the kiss, you know you've made a terrible mistake.
So Sam has grown up helping George fit into this white man's world. And so George sees him as a resource, but also sees him as an extension of himself. When this changes for Sam is when there's a sexual nature, an element brought into their relationship, which is already unequal. And it's not like Sam can rebuff his slave master's advances, just like any slave could rebuff their slave master's advances. And so from our vantage point in the story, there is no consent because Sam is treated as property. Stand by.
Reset, reset.
We're gonna put everyone now in the front. So even our girls and mom and and Mason and Beth.
Yeah, can we lift this, get this higher? That would be great. I'll hold this here.
Yeah, exactly.
We want her to have her
This
mask
out
on.
here?
Yeah, Rebecca to have her mask on.
Rebecca, mask on.
Move down a little bit. You guys look coming. And you want to, they should walk at the same pace.
Yeah. We will look beside each other at the same pace.
Run together as fast as you can without like hurting yourself for falling. Just sprint all the way to mommy by those doors there.
Action.
you guys just walk that way toward Mason, or just follow the path.
Do you want that door open?
Yes.
Okay, say action really loud so I can hear you.
Okay, when they start running, it's action too, if you can't hear me.
Okay.
That was awesome. That was really awesome.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, everyone set. Roll camera, please.
Action.
So you turn in.
Okay.
All of you turn in like this. Yeah, turn right like that. Perfect. And then I think you
Like in the woods.
just like run around here and tap her, and then run around here like you're chasing. But just stay right here. Does that sound good?
All right.
Easy like that. Just throw her on this side.
What do we do?
We're talking. You guys are talking like, oh, these girls. Gotcha. Just keep.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and maybe like stretch over and like tickle her. Oh, stop it! Like do something like dynamic like that. You know, like if you step out like this, like oh you, and then walk back in or something like that. Okay? Just try it.
It looks amazing. We're gonna do it again.
Ready? Let's slate it.
All right, slate in, please.
Cool.
So how you feeling today, Andrew? How's it
I
looking?
feel great. It's a little chilly, but I feel really good. I'm so excited. We've got like 40 people out there in their cars. We've got art. It's gonna be an exciting day.
Who discovered these locations?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, this train station, it's like a kiddies train station. Like during the springtime, they've got this little kid train, red train, that goes all through the park. I used to ride this a lot as a little boy. And I remembered this, thinking of a train station. This building is perfect for what we need to do. That's not perfect, the little curse. But it's fine, we don't need that side. The biggest, like, non-period problem with this location is the concrete ground here. So we're just trying to, we're gonna have bodies walking across it, and we're gonna try and not get much of the ground concrete when we're shooting, but we just can't avoid some of it. So that's why they're layering leaves and dirt and mulch and all that sort of stuff. And when Max enters, it's that sort of saloon vibe when this stranger walks into a saloon and everybody's energy is just going to shift. It's gonna feel, everyone's gonna just feel alarmed a bit, and what is this guy doing here? I think, Amelia, you do this one cross down, and you're feeling the heat too, big time, especially because of everyone noticing him. So the moment you say another carriage, another car, it's like, whew, everybody's like, okay, all right. It's like that moment in a subway station where you just see a cop have some interaction with somebody and everybody's like, kind of frozen for a minute. And then it's sort of under control or it's calmed down, everyone goes back to their like normal business. So that's sort of the flow. You guys have been working together in this train station for the last 40 years. You know what I mean?
That's Don Carlos.
That's right.
How's it going, Mike? How you doing?
Cold.
The cold has been a little bit of a challenge today.
We're literally chilling.
Yeah. Is there anything you wish that were different about this shoot?
I just wish it was like in the 30-degree zone.
Yesterday wasn't that bad, right?
Yesterday it was like 35, and I was okay with that. 20 is...
I'm a little hot, actually.
Oh, a little hot?
I'd really like, it's like a bag of ice.
I'm just concerned about my toes. I think I might have frostbite.
How are you feeling today, Jeff? How's it going?
We're all very cold.
Everyone's a little chilly.
Yeah, I got Andrew 2 extra pair of socks on top of his pair, so he's wearing 3 pair of socks, and my boots, so I'm wearing his boots, which are a little small and a little cold, but it's all right.
But very stylish.
Why, thank you. Andrew's got impeccable stylish taste.
That he does.
So I'm just freezing and watching as Andrew does his work. And it's great to have all his family and friends here. His mom's here, his sisters are here, his stepmom's here, all his old best friends are here. It's great.
Just remember that when I say rolling, that means the camera's going and you're just in the scene. Just go right into it. Act natural, but do the business that you're given. And when I say cut, we're out of it. When you hear me say back to 1, that means reset back to your first positions for the scene. And that usually means we're going to go again and do the same thing. So those are the basic things. Yeah, actually, can we go through and can I just get everybody's name? We'll probably forget, but it'll help as we're giving you instructions just to know your names. So,
Emily.
Emily? Luke?
Barb.
Barb? Tony? Thomas? Liz? Aaron? Jody? Jackie? Roseanne? Jessica? Maxie? Dylan? Katie? Beth? Matt? Colin? Mason? Elena? Alexa? Alan?
Tom and my wife Leslie's in the bathroom.
Okay.
Amy.
Amy, all right. So those are the basic things. This is Leo. He's one of our producers. If he or I or Patrick, who's on his way down, give you instructions on somewhere to go, please listen up because it's very important.
So where are you imagining? So Mitch is putting the bags here, and Colin's in the bag?
where those luggage is.
Okay, so this isn't luggage. All right, that's just.
If we put that and that together and put it here.
Okay.
Right here, and then the newspaper boy is going to be right there.
Great.
Right.
Crafting this is gonna take like all of our brains and eyes.
What are you looking for when you're watching this?
I'm looking for like. I want to see an organism moving, a cell. Like I just want to see. I want there to be vivid things happening at all different areas. You know, I want there to be business in the fore. I want there to be depth in the back. I want this business in the line to look very good. I want there just to be a lot of stuff going on.
Step this way, thank you. Okay, we have a bag with some.
2 for Fredericksburg, please.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
No, he's with me. Don't pay him no mind. He's never been on a train before.
Excuse me, sir?
James, can't you see the man's arm?
He traveling with you?
Well, how do you expect the man to manage, James? Now quit holding up my line.
Can we get back on set for rehearsal, please?
I got like 10 frozen Vienna sausages wedged into this boot.
No, do you know that?
No.
Yeah. Then we'll go in it and we'll do the coverage of Ninny and the guy at the box.
Great.
Which will also cover the line, the people in line,
Right.
her getting into line, all
Right.
that stuff
Great.
looking at Ninny.
Great.
All the stuff looking at the ticket taker.
Right. Then we'll do the Sam
all
stuff.
the stuff
Sam.
looking at the guy walking up to Sam.
Great.
Sam's close-ups.
Right.
And then the last bit, which is over there. by
over the
yeah.
shoulders, and then the drone,
Yeah.
and then we go home. Easy.
Ready to go, Andrew?
Yeah, I just want to give a line, give a note.
Yep.
I think I had to cue Sam a little earlier.
It's looking great.
Feeling great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not too cold?
I mean, you know, we knew what we were signing up for.
Right. Exactly.
So, just lively.
Lively.
Lively. A little more life.
Okay.
A little more life. It's not a still life, it's life. I think just a little, we're going to just backs. So I think just a little more life, just talking and life and stuff, you know, or maybe even, God, I love that petticoat, and talk, oh, thanks, and stuff, yeah, stuff like that, you know, and you can even turn and just be like, I remember you from back, whatever, just a little something, okay, instead of it being just facts.
So you guys will go on that. All right, ready? Going again. Back to 1.
Action! All that, whatever
great.
we've been like preparing for, this is like
Amazing.
what was this like the moment? Yeah. Unbelievable.
Tell me a little bit about how you found all this arts, all the set pieces.
We borrowed from several different theater companies around the area. It was kind of hard because I was on the West Coast and everyone was on the East Coast, so it was a little difficult setting it up. But in the end, I think it all turned out, and my walkie broke.
No.
Yeah, you sat on
My ass, my big booty, broke your walkie. You say, Sam, you come into sharp focus, and this look of yours like, get up here. It's like,
He's like, you're kind of mean to me, wife. I was like, well, it's not the time for us to be husband and wife.
How are things going, Patrick?
They're going great. Everything looks great. The monitor is amazing.
Yeah.
The extras are doing awesome work. You know, it's not easy, and they're doing awesome. So, and the principals, of course, are doing amazing. But we always knew that. You can't really fail when you have Ed and Mitch on your team. So.
What's your favorite part about this production?
The production, I think probably what drew me to it is the story. The most, it's like, it's a story that's been with Andrew and I for a really long time, and we just kind of, when he first even told me about it, I was just drawn to the idea and the characters in the story, and then, you know, bringing that to life has been kind of a magical experience, although cold.
Cut. We got it. We got it.
And how did you end up getting involved with this?
The production designer, Tristan Griffin, invoked best friend privileges on me and told me that I needed to help out or we weren't friends anymore.
That sounds pretty intense.
Action!
Two for Fredericksburg.
Thank you.
Now that boy needs to go on a separate car. You understand?
Absolutely. You have a good day, sir.
I went ahead and signed you in already. Just go on over. Platform 1.
You have a good day.
Cut. Great.
Nice.
Great. We got it. We got it.
Woohoo! All right, we're moving on to the drone. And so everybody knows this is the martini. We need all our background. Thanks for your patience today and putting up with the cold. This is going to be the last shot.
This is beautiful. And you put this up?
Yeah, the wallpaper.
Oh, you put the wallpaper up.
It was all peach before.
How long did it take you to put all this up?
Well, we had some struggles because the tape that we were going to use, it didn't qualify for the historical preservation thing, so we had to sign some different contracts, and the tape that they wanted us to use didn't work, so it took about 3 days to get it all up, actually, just because of like delays and stuff like that.
Wow. That's crazy.
So I have.
Nobody can sit
I have
on the bed.
more. Yeah.
It's not a real bed.
Oh, okay.
I just put an air mattress on there. 'Cause, like, there was no railings at GMU, so I just built something with like 1x4. So if anyone sits on it, it will break.
Good job.
How's it going?
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
I don't need it right now. I'm gonna put a couple of shirts on and
What's been your favorite part so far about this production?
Oh wow. Some of the pre-production stuff that we did was great. We had rehearsals down at George Mason University where we got the chance to really explore our characters in a physical space, which is great because I was a theater actor. That's how I was trained. And so being able to jump back into a black box and focus on breath and movement and shape and how the environment, how these other characters influence the way that I change from Max into Sam. And then there was the backstories that we came up with, me, Andrew, Jeff, and then Matt, who plays George, and Amelia, who plays Ninny. The discussions that we were having, the material that we were reading about slavery, about specific incidents in the lives of slaves, and then using that inspiration to craft our own backstories and our own relationships. It was kind of mind-boggling because we spent so much time developing the childhoods of these three characters and specific moments in the lives of these characters that brought them to this point. And it was almost kind of sad because I was like, oh, we have this rich history and these rich moments between us, and the audience isn't gonna get to see any of that. So I guess that was probably my favorite stuff, just the exploration, the unpacking of the different moments, the significant moments in the lives of these characters that brought them to the point where the film begins.
A bunch of little lights in here, and then we'll put like a grid in there and rig some stuff up in there. I have to black out all these windows though.
What are we working on today? What do you got coming up here?
Right now we're doing a great scene between Max and Matt, which is the George and Sam of the crew, of the cast, and they're going to be doing a bedroom scene where we kind of get to see a little bit more about their relationship and the dynamics that they have going on with each other. Later on today we'll also be doing a big ballroom scene, which will be a lot of fun. We'll have a bunch of actors coming in, and they'll have masks, and it'll be really fun, a band and dancers, so we're all just, working on getting that set up. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It sounds a little challenging.
Challenging? Yeah, there's no challenge for the Masquerade crew that we can't solve or we can't take care of. Yeah, we've been planning for this for months now, so I think we're pretty prepared.
All right.
As you see, we have a bunch of snacks, and we have everyone going to be well fed. We're so happy today. I mean, it's in like maybe the upper, is it 30s or 40s or something?
30s.
It's not the teens, so we're good. So this is like Bahamas right now. We're in the Bahamas, so this is all good.
Awesome.
Sam. This one. And this is the one.
Yes, Master. Powder Master? Sorry, Master.
Do you like my mask?
I reckon it's suitable, Master.
Indeed.
Fetch me the trousers with the straps. Sam, I believe we are poised for the city. When I first proposed this masquerade for my birthday, everyone here turned up their noses.
I wouldn't miss anybody. No, Master.
How's it going today, Andrew? How you feeling?
Great. I'm feeling great. I'm happy to be indoors today.
Right.
I feel good? Mm-hmm. Good. Feeling good?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm ready.
Cheese.
I'm ready for this.
Where did these come from? These costumes?
Mostly from George Mason.
Oh, okay.
I made the vest by hand.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Let's get a close up of that.
Right?
Yeah.
First time.
It's challenging to shoot in this area because there isn't a regular steady flow of film production like there is in LA or New York or even some other cities around the country. So we had to bring a lot of things in from out of town, hire a lot of people from out of town, and of course we brought our producers and a few key people from LA. So yeah, it's really it's a big production in terms of where everybody's coming from. We've got people from New York, people from LA, people from Virginia, people up from North Carolina, and we're all converging here.
So what are you doing here? What is this about?
So I'm script supervisor, and the main purpose of the script supervisor in film, it's really important for the editing process that you have notes on every single take that we do, and that you keep track of continuity, so that if in one scene someone is dressed a certain way, or someone exits on one side of the frame, that in the next shot, the next scene, that it matches up, that it feels continuous. So that's the basics of script supervising.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on. So, and just looking at the script and making sure that we're saying the lines exactly the way that they're written, and following the script.
It must be a lot of pressure when the screenwriter is directing, right? Do you feel like this added sense of pressure because Andrew knows every word?
I actually think it's helpful to have the screenwriter here because, for example, yesterday one of the actors changed one of the lines, and I said to Andrew, do you want me to make sure that he goes back to the way it's written? And he said, no, I actually like the change. And so we kept it the same. If he wasn't the screenwriter, then I wouldn't really feel comfortable saying that we could change the script on the fly, but because he's here, we have that freedom to change it based on what the actors feel like is more organic and like what works with what we're shooting. So I actually think that's really good.
This is just a wireless transmitter, so this will transmit the signal that's coming out of the microphone. The headphone signal is wireless, so I'm hearing and then monitoring wirelessly. The feed's going out to the director wirelessly, everything's...
Wow.
I can just leave this whole thing, take the boom, walk in there, and
yeah,
good to go.
Sweet setup.
Yeah, especially in tight spaces, especially on narrative in tight spaces.
Now we're literally at Woodlawn Plantation, which was built in 1799, you know, and George Washington gifted it to his niece, Nellie. So it's like you're literally in this place. It's not fake, it's real. And that's what's so cool about it. You know, that's what film does give you is just, I don't have to fake anything when I'm here. I could just be, and it's all just there for you.
So Woodlawn Plantation is the wedding gift from George Washington to his step-granddaughter, a woman named Eleanor Custis, and his nephew, Lawrence Lewis, who got married. He gifted them this land, was known as Doe Run Farm, which was 2,000 acres back in 1799, and he also hired the architect to build this house, Dr. William Thornton.
Have you ever had a short film shot here before?
Not to my knowledge, no. People ask that all the time, and it will be great to tell them. Finally, yes.
What's like going through your mind right now as you're eating this salad?
I want to eat some fuel, and then I want to go and talk to our actors. I want to just, I want us to get in the zone. We're about to roll. And this is a very big, emotionally big, important scene for both the actors. So I feel like I've been in a frenzy, running around, getting this, getting that, doing this, art, lighting this. I want to get grounded and get back to the trueness of what we're doing.
Sam.
We need to leave tonight.
first thing I did was obviously Google and YouTube all of these videos, and I like to look at paintings and of that time or pictures of that time, because I think that they give you a good, and they're indicative of I guess, body posture at the very least. So I came up with 4 pieces. We're only gonna see 3, more like, you know, pieces of those 3, which are the Galop and Les Lancières and Les Moulinets, which those 2 are part of a larger dance. And the dancers learn them in 2 3-hour rehearsals. And those rehearsals were Friday and Saturday, and here we are Sunday, and they're gonna rock it.
How's the day been going? You guys been doing well?
Yeah. I mean, yesterday we're just building. I think we're just building on the momentum from the day before.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
So, what's been the fun part about doing this so far? Have you been having a blast? Or what's
Well,
going
the
on?
costumes for one, because they're, look at this. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, every little girl's dream to be in a big dress like this.
That is beautiful. Is that lit, that thing? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, can I use that? Yeah. Okay. You got it. Tight. Yes, definitely. Yay. That one's a lot stronger than that one.
If Andrew were here right now, what would you say to him?
Oh my gosh.
Let's do it again, man.
No. You were doing amazing things, and I always knew that you were gonna be the biggest thing ever, and I'm really proud of you.
And it's cool to be a part of your vision. I
Yeah,
second that.
yeah.
That's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How do you get here? 6, 7.
Yeah, 8 counts there. We got it right. Okay. Go us.
We were still behind.
You should be right here on this nook. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. And just make it super. Can you get in a relaxed or a standing? Yeah.
Yeah, just like we're
Yeah.
shooting the breeze. This is where we hang out.
Yeah. Would you put your back leg up and step right in front of you? I mean, behind you.
So go one more?
Yeah. And
Okay.
then.
You need to make here, meet people or whatever.
this is great.
So you know,
This is another one. This is during the Mary stuff. This is the second dance.
Because you standing on the right.
Set. Action.
Alright guys, it's a party, come on, it's better, yay! Have a good time!
Thank you for your day, for your patience, and most of you were here yesterday in the freezing temperatures. I cannot thank you enough. This movie looks so beautiful because of you guys. Thank you so much. Please drive safely. There might be sleet on the road, okay? But, God, guys, I'm overwhelmed. It's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Dancers, thank you for keeping your energy up all these hours and the extra rehearsals. Thank you, Ahmad, for making them look so good. All these crowd scenes, everybody, you look amazing. Haley, Laurel, Katie, you guys, everybody, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for driving up here. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you for taking off work, taking your day, figuring out stuff, logistics in order to get here. I can't thank you enough. gonna look beautiful. Thank you. Oh, we can do that.
Going back Wednesday, but I won't see you again. So happy to be here. So happy to see this come to fruition. Go Astrophan!
Sorry.
Absolutely.
Wherever you want to find this.
Whatever
it's
the-
on the-
Woo!
Yeah, it's open and locked.
And some light, but if we get this higher, you can't get super wide, but you could have something that kind of pushes in and reveals her.
Yeah.
So if you want to try that,
I
you may be able to.
I don't want to waste time
Uh-huh.
like trying stuff, and it
Okay.
like maybe if the chance that it's gonna fail is like over 50%.
Okay.
Like let's just do stuff because the story will still be clear if we do it inside.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let's talk to Toman about like
Let's talk
what
to
it
him.
would take. I
Right.
mean, I'm just talking about it as an idea.
Okay. Yeah.
About like what they would need.
You know, it's just one of those nights where it's like it was getting late and like Woodlawn people are getting ready to, trying to push this out, and like gas is running low in the generator and people are getting tired, and like Tomas' arms were killing him. He's doing that shot, walking all the way from room to room.
Yeah,
he had to take breaks big time. It's heavy to do all this, and it was exciting and challenging, but we got it. We got what we need. That's the important thing, When we get it all edited together, it'll all make sense. We've all got the footage there that we need to pull it together.
There you go. True pro.
It's the last day. We've got we've got a little bit of ground to make up, but I think I feel good. It'll be cool to have all three of us here, me, Matt, and Amelia. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm trying to get a meltdown on camera by the end of the day, so if you could just can you give me something?
Get the fucking camera out of my face.
Today, Patrick, how you feeling?
I think the rain is the biggest challenge today, to be really honest. We are shooting, it's inside, but it's like an interior-exterior location because the actors will be interior, but we're shooting from the exterior of this kind of brick, small cottage sort of thing. And so everyone that is not the actors will be, including equipment and people, will be outside in the rain. So that'll be kind of a unique challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I found this gorgeous picture that I loved, just like really contrasting colors, dark wood and white walls, and like these natural barrels and stuff like that. And so I tried to go for that color tone with the whites, and then contrasting dark color of the wood tabletop in there, and then natural barrels and linens and stuff like that. So. All right, cut.
Mike, can you move that jacket from
That's normal. The door's open. Sun's coming in. Torch shining. I like this here. I like that there.
Cut.
Cutting.
Terrific.
What have you been working on today? Like, what has been going on today? How's it been going?
It's been doing good. We've been working on the inside cottage footage, daytime, and yeah, went well.
Okay.
I'm gonna be making a extension prosthetic of hair
curly later, and then I think they're gonna snip it on film, which is cool.
Oh, so they're cutting hair?
Yeah, pretend hair. They're
Yeah.
transforming her into the man. So they're gonna chop her hair.
Oh, so that's how you do it. You just add this extension here.
Well, that's how we're gonna do it.
Sam shepherding her through a white man's world is kind of the culmination of all his learning, his entire life has kind of led up to this point so he could find a way to escape. And because he's tried to make his master adapt to this straight man's world, he knows exactly how Nini should stand, speak, act, and interact with other people, other white people, because he has intimate knowledge of how that's supposed to go down.
This is your world. You belong in it. You have to believe that or they'll smell it on you. You can't be afraid to look anybody in the eye. You will ask the gentleman to register your name in the hotel books.
The juxtaposition of Sam dressing Nini while George is trying to put on this mask at his masquerade birthday party is a really, really good juxtaposition because it shows both of them trying to fit into this world that they're not really a part of, and if found out, they'd be killed.
A lot of gay people have gone through a period of feeling isolated and feeling like they're wrong and grappling with what they feel and not being able to express it. And it's a terrible thing, not being able to express who you are and feeling like you're in a lifestyle or a body or in a society with expectations that you don't belong in, and you're having to be a version of yourself that's not real. So gay people today have a much shorter period of going through that, if at all. I mean, in today's society where gay people can get married and there's all these role models who are out and proud and happy, at least people who have gay feelings can see examples of people that are like them and happy and feel complete. That wasn't always the case, and this is a story about someone who had feelings like we do, who was built the way we are, but in a time and place where that could not be realized. And the only explanation for it is for him to feel he has a disease. I mean, there wasn't even a word for it.
Yeah, let's do painting.
All right.
Next, what was painting? What else?
Painting, mask, ballet Yeah.
Ring.
We're gonna get
What are you gearing up for?
We're getting ready to do the rest of the Slade Cottage scenes. So he's going to dress me, and we're going to get married.
Awesome.
It's gonna be great.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes from the film is the jumping the broom scene, mainly because it's so intimate. Marriages back then between African Americans were not recognized, and so these informal practices developed.
What was the first thing you thought of when you were reading the sides or the script or the play?
That it's so kind of tender and nuanced. and everyone's hiding. Everyone has a secret. Everyone has something at stake. And I'm glad that there's no villains in this story. It would be really easy to make the one white person a villain, right? But that's not the case either. I really love that even the person who's at the top of this structure, it's not working for him. It's not working for any of these people, this peculiar institution. And, you know, George, by a lot of accounts, should be happy and loving his position. He's at the top of a pyramid, but it's not working for him either.
I was just thinking, you know, it wasn't that many generations ago where people like us and people our skin color were here against their will, and if they weren't here, they were working. And to come back as a producer with two of the three principal actors is just really amazing moment. And I can't be any happier that I spent it with these two. I mean, I saw auditions and rehearsals, and I've seen the dailies, and it's just so beautiful.
I mean, I think both of our fathers coming on set was really a big, like, two black men. You know, it was a big deal for them, and they're immensely proud.
Yeah.
That's me, Dad, right there.
This felt like an important story to tell, and it was a beautiful story. You know, it's a story about hope, and you know, in the midst of this very dark era of American history.
My hope is that we're playing them with such honesty and grace and dignity that, you know, black people will know they come from strong people. You come from people who made it through this, people who had the heart and courage, and, you know, people that made it.
That's a picture wrap from Max Lawrence. That's a wrap on principal photography for Masquerade. Thanks everybody for all your hard work. You've all done a great job, and you should be really proud. And thanks for the hustle today. But our day's not over, so let's wrap everything out of here neatly and quickly.
We did it! We did it!
How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I feel great. I feel so great. Thank you, Aaron. I feel great.
I still got the boot. You remember?
The elements, wind, snow, rain, thunder.
Yeah. No, you can keep it. No, no, keep it.
It's a really different scene on a huge screen, right? Like it's just like the scope and size of everything felt perfect.
Oh yeah. So amazing. So proud of you.